guys, it's Faith from RadicalTransformationProject.com. This is the Mental Health Morning Chats. You guys, can you help me think of what to call this? I want to name this and have it be a morning show. I don't know if that makes any sense. But what I want to do and what I think I want to do with this live stream, kind of what I've been doing, right, is I get up in the morning every day, I meditate, I journal, I walk the dog, and then I usually get on here and I just share with you guys whatever is coming up for me, whatever I'm moving through in real time, and just chat about whatever, I don't know, I feel is coming up that might be helpful to other people. So let me know if you can think of a clever name. I kind of wanted to call it the Mental Health Morning Show, but then I was like, I don't know, I feel like I want something that embodies more of a self-care, spiritual, transformation vibe than just mental health. I don't know, mental health to me seems kind of like a bummer, honestly. I think because I've worked so hard on depression and had to move through so much trauma and so much stuff, I'm like, I don't know, a mental health morning show to me sounds like a downer, even though I'm sure it would be the same either way. But let me know if you can think of a name. Anyway, let me share with you guys my thoughts and what was coming up for me this morning. So I had this thought earlier. I was walking the dog and I was thinking about radical responsibility. And this has been really, really huge for me because I used to play the victim card all the time, right? Life is so hard, everything bad happens to me, everything's so unfair, all of that stuff, right? And it really hindered my progress in life for a long time, right? It's kept me stuck for a very, very long time. And I felt like when I started taking radical responsibility, that's when things really started shifting for me, right? And what I mean by that is I'm in charge of the way I feel. No one else is responsible for how I feel. And I was listening to a podcast and the girl was talking about how modeling made her happy, right? Or will say things like that. My job makes me happy. My husband makes me happy. This thing makes me happy. But really, when I think about that statement, you're really giving your power away, right? Because your personal power lies in you being responsible for your own emotions, right? Happiness comes from within me. It doesn't come from outside things. And I think this is where we get things twisted, where people really struggle, where things start to become really, really difficult. We're looking for things outside ourselves to be happy, right? I'll be happy when I reach this goal, when I lose the weight. I see this with clients all the time, right? When I get here, I'll be happy. I'm not happy because I don't have X, Y, and Z, right? When really happiness is inside of you. If you're not practicing feeling happy, and I talk about this on the podcast all the time, but going to the emotional gym, right? Calling happiness into your body, remembering, right? I have kind of a greatest hits reel of memories I'll pull in that make me feel happy, that I know when I think about them, I feel good, I feel happy. It brings happiness into my body. I practice feeling happy. If you're not practicing feeling happy, if you're feeling miserable and stuck and unhappy and negative, and then you reach your goal, you lose your weight or whatever, I'm just using that as an example, but whatever your goal is, right? You reach your goal and you think you're gonna feel better and you don't, you still feel like crap. And I've had this happen a lot, right? Because I'm goal oriented. So I like going after goals, right? And then I'll get there and I'll be like, I still feel like shit. You know what I mean? I have a master's degree and now so what? I'm still miserable, right? Because that whole time I hadn't been practicing the feeling, but the feeling comes from in me, right? Things outside of me don't make me feel anything, right? I'm responsible for how I feel. I'm responsible for my own happiness, my own well-being, my own emotions. And I think when you think about it like that, it's really taking your power back, right? Because I'm not relying on my boyfriend to act a certain way for me to be happy, right? I'm only happy if he's acting nice and doing good things and we're getting along. I'm only happy my happiness is totally dependent on this other person. Or I'm only happy when my career is going a certain way or when my job is going a certain way, when things are going a certain way in my life. But I don't have any control over that. And I don't have to tell you guys that. You guys know life can do you shit really fast, right? So I can't rely on that because I can't control that. I can control within myself, right? And the stronger I build that happiness muscle, the more I practice feeling those feelings, calling those feelings into my body, really being consciously aware, right? This is about having a higher sense of awareness of how do I feel? How do I want to feel? What do I need to do, right? But when you stop putting your emotional well-being onto things outside of yourself and you say, I'm responsible for my feelings, it's really taking your power back, right? When you're relying on other people, you're giving all your power away, right? And we're powerful. You're strong, powerful freaking woman. Like we are. Everyone in here is. Like we are just, it's just innate in us. I feel like women are divine, wonderful, strong as heck beings, right? Because we've had to be for centuries, right? And that's why women are so magical. So don't give away that magic that's been passed down to you for thousands of years, all the strength and the beauty in your heart and your soul. Don't give that power and magic away by saying, you know, I'm only going to be happy when I have the right job, when my boyfriend is acting a certain way, when things are all lined up, right? I'm happy because I'm powerful and I decide how I feel. I'm in charge. I'm the boss. And this is my life, right? I'm not going to wait around for the perfect career, the perfect thing to happen, for all of these little pieces to line up for me to feel good in my one life, right? This is my life. I'm in charge and I'm happy because I decided, right? And I do the work. But I just wanted to play with that idea, right? It's been really powerful for me, just the radical responsibility, right, of really taking ownership of how I feel and not being like, oh, you know, this thing is making me feel sad, this thing is making me feel happy, this is making me feel mad. It's like, no, all of your emotions come from inside you. And how can you change your perspective if things are hard, if things suck, if things feel bad? How can you start changing your perspective to make it feel better, right? And that's a lot of the mindset shift I do in Radical Transformation Academy, on the podcast, all that stuff. I talk about this all the time. Telling a different story, right? Tell a different story. How can you start seeing things differently so you can feel the emotions and the positive things and all of the good and love and happiness that this world has to offer you, right? The world has unlimited happiness and love available to you to tap into. Does that make sense? So I hope that helps you. And you know, I know there's people in here struggling with depression and anxiety, and my heart is so with you. I've been through that struggle and that fight, and I know how hard that is. I'm not trying to diminish anybody's fight. I'm just sharing with you guys things that have happened that I'm thinking about, right, that are helping me, that I feel like I'm able to shed all these different layers all the time and play with these different ideas, and they really help my life. And I want to share them with you because you guys are my internet family. I really love you guys so much. But yeah, I've been writing daily newsletters too. If you guys want like daily little pep talks, daily little mental health, like chats, I just try to make them very positive and warm-hearted and good. It's really just like kind of like a little daily like love letter pep talk from me. If you need like positivity in your life, because I felt like a lot of my clients didn't have anyone supporting them on their journey or being positive or sending love or telling them that they're proud of them. And so I try to be that person as much as I can, like even though we're strangers online. But get on my email list if you want to do that. Just go to radicaltransformationproject.com, put your email address in any of those boxes, and you guys will get my welcome sequence. And then once the welcome sequence is over, you'll start getting the daily newsletters. I write them every day in real time. It's literally from my heart to you, and it's free. So, okay. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a good day. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. Otherwise, I'm just going to share whatever comes up. Okay, bye guys.